The macroeconomy has been resilient for a number of years, and this year growth is holding up. With the administration's tariffs that they've implemented, we expect growth to slow down. In terms of growth, we're thinking that we'll end 2025 with a 1.6% or 1.5% GDP. We also believe that the tariffs will be somewhat inflationary, and they can add 1 to 1.5% to the core readings of inflation. On the other side is the employment markets. They have remained quite resilient. We expect that unemployment will increase to end 2025 around 4.3. So what does all this mean in terms of what the Fed will do, what it means for U.S. rates and volatility? In terms of the Fed, the market is currently pricing in about 4 cuts to the Fed's policy rate. If you look at the Fed funds futures contracts, we, however, think that there's only likely to be 1, maybe 2 cuts. And the reasons for that is, again, pointing to the inflation rate, where the Fed's target inflation rate is 2%, but current inflation is running higher. And if you add tariffs on top of that, it should leave the Fed on hold. This is all looking through one lens of tariffs only. There are other parts of the administration's policies that are to be forthcoming that may balance out some of those inflationary impacts. Yeah, I think one of our favorite investments are in mortgage-backed securities. When you're buying a mortgage-backed securities, you're accessing the U.S. consumer debt market, basically. And the consumer balance sheet has been very resilient. They've lowered their debt payments through mortgage refinancing over 2020 and 2021. So their leverage has come down substantially. The credit quality of mortgage-backed securities has never been stronger. And if you look at the yield spreads that are offered versus U.S. Treasuries for a mortgage-backed security like a Ginnie Mae that is government guaranteed, they're greater. You're earning more than the 10-year average. So you are being compensated for the risk that you're taking on. You're not taking on any credit risk, but you're taking on prepayment risk in mortgage-backed securities. But that prepayment risk is at its lowest level or near its lowest level in history because rates have remained higher. So I would recommend mortgage-backed securities. It's a trade that we have put in numerous of Franklin Templeton fixed income portfolios. The Franklin U.S. Government Securities Fund is unique in the way that it invests wholly in Ginnie Mae mortgage pass-throughs. Ginnie Mae mortgage-backed securities are the only mortgage-backed security that is full faith in credit of the U.S. government. So they're on equal footing as U.S. Treasuries. Now, you are paid a premium over U.S. Treasuries because you take on prepayment risk. Prepayments come about when interest rates fall and investors or mortgage owners refinance their debt into a lower prevailing rate. And that introduces some uncertainty in cash flow. That said, prepayment risk right now, with mortgage rates quite high in the U.S., remains at historically low levels, as well as the duration of the U.S. Government Securities Fund is only about 5 years. And we like to be on the front end of the yield curve right now because the term premium between 2 and 10-year treasuries is only about 35 basis points right now. So you're not getting compensated to take additional risk by going into longer duration U.S. treasuries. So by earning a spread above U.S. treasuries and being at the shorter end of the yield curve, you're able to keep that income with lower volatility.
国民理财从富兰克林开始。
投资一定有风险，基金投资有赚有赔，申购前应详阅公开说明书。